Y'all all right? Yeah. When we are living sacrifices and we surrender ourselves to Him,
there it is.
God will do the changing.
There it is. Right there.
If you avail yourself of being sacrificed. Y'all with me so far?
Yeah.
And so the idea here, and I may have shared this with you before, the idea here is that when we endure transformation, the same word for transformation is the same word that was used of Jesus when He went to the Mount of Transfiguration.
There you go.
And we understand that when He went to the Mount of Transfiguration, that what happened is that He began to shine brightly because He was representing the glory of God.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so what happens is that when you evade confirmation and you allow yourself to endure transformation, that God's will is done in your life so that you begin to shine brightly.
Teach it.
You begin to look different. You begin to manifest something different than you did before. Y'all with me so far?
Yeah.
If you allow yourself to not be conformed to this world, but to be transformed. But how does it happen? It doesn't happen because you stand up and clap your hands in worship. It doesn't happen because you sing louder in worship. It doesn't happen because you come to every Bible class, because you have perfect attendance and a gold star as far as every time the door's open. That's not how it happens.
No.
How it happens is that as God is working on you, what He's doing is He is renewing your mind.
There it is.
And so here's the deal, is that you not only evade confirmation and endure transformation, but you have to embrace renovation. You have to embrace renovation. There's a story has anybody ever had a home in their neighborhood and it was so run down that you couldn't tell if anybody lived in it or not?
Right.
Anybody ever had a home like that? Where the front yard is overgrown and nobody ever tends to it, and the paint is just chipping off, and the roof is in disrepair, and you hear that when you go in on the inside that there's just stuff everywhere, that you're stepping over stuff, and that it's just someplace that looks like somebody would never want to live. You ever seen anything like that? And so nobody would seemingly want this place. Nobody would seemingly see any value in that place. But the reality is that if somebody else comes and buys that home, and they cut the grass, and they paint the outside, and they replace the roof, and they go in and clean up all the trash, and they paint the walls, and they put up new light fixtures, and they put some nice furniture in there, they change out the flooring so that now this place is beautiful and it looks like something that it never looked like before. Y'all with me so far? Yeah. Now, it's not because anything in and of anything special happened to the house other than these few changes, but it wasn't the house that changed itself. It was the person that was living in the house that caused the house to be something different. And when you and I allow God to take a residence within us, He does the same thing. He takes out all that stuff that is in disrepair. He takes off all the stuff that is falling apart, and He moves in and He sets it up the way that it needs to be, so it doesn't just look new in terms of time, but it also looks new in terms of quality. Amen. So you look like something that you've never looked like before. You produce things that you never produced before. Why? Because somebody different has taken up residence and they've done a complete renovation on the facility. Does that make sense? Yeah. So when we evade confirmation and we endure transformation and we embrace renovation, then what we do is we begin to exhibit manifestation.
Yeah, it is.
Because you begin to prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. If I want to do God's will, I have to stop allowing myself to be influenced by this present age.
Amen.
Because it's ever changing and it is in direct opposition
to God
of God's will.
That's right.
But the only way that I can do that is to evade confirmation, endure transformation, avail myself for God to do the work on me, right? Embrace the renovation process so that He can give me something new in terms of time as well as quality. So I'm changing now so I don't look like what I looked like before, but I also manifest something that I was not before. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
New in terms of time and quality. And if I can do all of that, then I'm in a position to prove through my life and my lifestyle what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Say it again, son.
To exhibit the manifestation
Say it again.
of just how good God is. Y'all with me so far?
Amen.
I'm done. I'm done. If you're here today And anything that we have, either Brother Austin or I has said applies or appeals to you, we hope that you will come so that we might be able to pray for you. This first quarter, we're talking about a change is going to come in you. The reason I chose this text is this, is that even though contextually it's a little bit different, the principle remains the same in the book of Proverbs, where it talks about as a man thinketh in his heart.
Yes, so is he.
So is he.
Amen.
The change is going to take place in your life. It starts with the way that you think. It starts with you making a decision
Right here.
about wanting to be something better, wanting to be something different, wanting to be something that God is pleased with. But if you don't make it up in your mind that that's what you want to do,
That's true.
it's simply not going to happen.
Teach it.
So if a change is going to come, it's going to start right here. It's going to start with you making a decision. It's going to start with you changing the way that you think. It's going to start with you changing your attitude. It's going to start with you availing yourself to the will of God. If it's going to change, it's not going to change out here first. It's going to change in here first.
That's right.
And that is when God begins to do the work of taking up residence and changing you into something that's new in terms of time as well as in terms of quality.
Amen.
So if anything that we've said applies or appeals, or if you desire to give your life to Jesus Christ by putting on Jesus in baptism, by hearing the gospel, believing the same, repenting of your sins, confessing Jesus as the Son of the living God, and being buried in the watery grave of baptism for the remission of the washing away of your sins, we invite you to come as we together stand and sing the song of encouragement.
Jesus is